Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ankerstar Wealth Market Update. I'm your host, Allison Ankerstar, and today we'll be talking about the stock market bounce yesterday, the Day 21 update to the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and an alien drone swarm over Austin yesterday during South by Southwest. But before we begin, as a reminder, this is a financial education presentation and should not be construed as personal financial advice. Full disclaimer information is available at ankerstarwealth.com. Good morning, Steve. The market bounced significantly yesterday after we talked about the max pain point yesterday. Is this a bounce we can believe in?
Well, hey, good morning, Allison, and thank you for that intro. I do believe this is a bounce we can believe in, and I will show you why I think that here in a second. But first of all, today we have a really fun show. We're talking alien drone swarms. I didn't put it in the headline, but Elon Musk challenged Vladimir Putin to a fight. Yeah, and said he would even fight him left-handed. So, I mean, the craziness is breaking out. And even though, as you can tell my background, we aren't in Austin right now, South by Southwest is going on in Austin. And of course, that is a huge event for the Austin area, a huge event for the technology world. We'll talk more about that in a minute. But there's a lot of good vibes coming out of Austin towards technology firms, which bounced significantly yesterday. And after we talked about the concept of max pain point, we had the huge move up yesterday. You can see the futures for today are already up percent basically across the board, 1.5% in the NASDAQ. So that's really kind of the sign we have, wanted/needed to stop the bleeding, right? We hit that 20% off, at least in the NASDAQ. So that's your bear market trigger. And now we're bouncing. Right. So I think there's, when you think of the three things out there that are kind of holding us up, holding the market up from going higher, you have the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Day 21. We'll talk about that in a second. We have inflation raging, but we did get a PPI number yesterday that was better than expected. So it was expected to be bad, but it was better than bad, if you will, just slightly, but at least that's going in the right direction. And the last part is, what is the Fed going to do? And the Fed meeting is, as you know, yesterday and today, with the 2:00 Eastern today is when they actually release the minutes note, or when they make their announcement, right? And they're going to raise a 1/4 point. Everybody knows that. As long as they do that, the market is in the green today, and it continues higher after the announcement. So those are the three drivers that are out there, and pretty much all are going pretty well. When you look at the bounce we had yesterday, here's the 5-day chart. Even though it seemed significant, and it was, it's got a lot more to go to kind of get things back on path. We would need 10 more days like that to get back to new highs, right? So don't expect that anytime soon. But it is a nice bounce. So in conclusion, strong day yesterday, strong day coming up today, and I think we're going to finish the week strong in the stock market.
Next, today is Day 21 of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. What's the latest?
Well, as you can see, really going back to the headlines, the Ukrainian President Zelensky is going to be in front of Congress today. I think that's happening here soon. That's why everybody's posturing. You can see below there on CNBC, not posturing, but getting set up to receive that briefing. So we'll see what he says. I think there's been some interesting commentary back and forth. He's talked about they're going to make no attempt to join NATO. NATO had a hilarious, I'm going to pull it up on my phone for a second, because you kind of have to read this to be able to get a full appreciation. President Zelensky says Ukraine has no interest in joining NATO, or it's not going to happen. NATO defense minister yesterday, the headline is retained strategic ambiguity, in the new battle plan. When you hear a leader say strategic ambiguity, you can pretty much rest assured they don't know what they're going to do. That's kind of code for, I don't have a plan, so therefore I'm going to say the plan is to not have a plan. Who's buying that? Nobody. That's why, we've been, I would say, debated for decades on the strength of NATO and its actual purpose. But yeah, they're going to do nothing on the war that's raging right on their front doorstep. But, their choice. And the U.S. Defense Secretary, the defense minister also said, we support Ukraine's ability to defend themselves and continue to support them. Yeah. If you're in a fight and your buddy's like, hey, buddy, I'm here for you. I support your ability to continue to fight, and I'll support that. It's like, what? Come on, please. So anyway, not much going on other than, you get news reports in. It's hard to tell what's actually going on as far as how much longer the fighting will last. again, I think it's going to be 3 or 4 more weeks and then it winds down. I really do. I don't think it trickles off into World War III. I never have. I think that the economic sanctions are going to take hold, and the unrest on the home front there in Russia is going to, eventually catch up with Vladimir Putin's plan, for his objectives there in the Ukraine. But I did want to show you this. I can't vouch for the website or the headline, but it is on the interwebs, so I have to show it to you. Interwebs is intentional. Elon Musk doubles down on his challenge, right? So, in theory, he lives in Austin. I don't know that that's necessarily true, but that's the word anyway. If he's afraid to fight, I will agree to use only my left hand, and I am not even left-handed. That is a smackdown from Elon Musk to Vladimir Putin. If that doesn't put a stop to the war, I don't know what does. So in sum, I do think that the end is in sight for the Russia-Ukraine conflict, and I think it's really done affecting the U.S. markets.
Last, the internet was on fire last night about an alien drone swarm over Austin during South by Southwest. What can you tell us about that?
All I can say is get a load of this, right? So again, can't vouch for the website, The Hollywood Reporter. Giant drone swarm hovering QR code to promote Halo. Again, Halo the game is one thing. The movie version is coming out. Evidently, this no kidding, you're looking at a picture of drones from last night forming a QR code in the sky. You have to know, and I'll make fun of my own city. South by Southwest is a party that's kind of, it masquerades as a tech fair. So, and of course, marijuana is not legal in Texas, but it's certainly everywhere in Austin. So just imagine the Austinites sitting on their back porch, hitting the weed pretty hard after a long day at the South by Southwest. They look up and see a QR code in the sky. I can guarantee you there was some freaking out going on. 600-foot drone swarm. What is going on? But yeah, evidently it worked. You smack it with your phone, you get the trailer for Halo, and Halo is about what? Alien invasion, right? So kind of crazy. There's a couple more pictures I'll show you, then I'll let you go. So again, I can't vouch for these, but there's some other things they wrote in the sky with these drones. This Paramount thing is pretty good if it comes up here. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I believe that's our Fairmont Hotel. So right above the sky, all in drones, pretty darn cool. So anyhow, what does this have to do with the stock market? A little bit, only in the fact that South by Southwest is a huge technology conference. A lot of folks, we have the Consumer Electronics show every January in Vegas. A lot of new things are released there. Some people wait or they're not ready, meaning we're going to wait until we are ready for South by Southwest to be able to release some new stuff. So there's always exciting news coming out of South by Southwest. So at least wanted to bring that story to you. So overall, I think it's just yet another feel-good moment for the market as the market finds some green yesterday and today and powers higher.
Thank you, everyone, for your questions. Please submit your questions as a comment through social media or directly to our email at vipservices@ankerstarwealth.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get daily updates. That's all we have for today's show. I'm Allison Ankerstar, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.